Oh. Hello and welcome. This is Lindsay for Restorative Yoga. Again, we need some props today for class. We have a mat and a block and some pillows. It's very fun doing this backwards. There's the pillows. Okay, so gather your items, gather a glass of water, and let's begin. We're going to lay on our side to start, beginning with getting our spine aligned. So I like to do this as a habit, actually. We're going to lay on our left side to start. Gather your pillows. And if you want a pillow, again, between the shins, you can do so. We're going to have the legs at 90 degrees. Pull the other two pillows right up to that left hip. So 90 degrees in two, we have two 90-degree angles going on here. That's from the hip to the knee and then the knee to the ankle. And then you can have a block or a set of books, maybe even a set of books that are tied up. This is an optional pillow. I'll show you in a moment if you want it. Sliding that left arm down. Excuse me. And laying on the left side. So we have ourselves set up for success here. If you want your block a little higher, you can. So that top arm can lay on the shoulder. Our goal here is to keep the spine in alignment. We're not catting or cowing or bringing the shoulder too far forward. If you wanted a second pillow up here, you could bring it here and have this hand again be at that 90-degree angle in front of you, or keep it on your side, whatever feels best for you today. And then I invite you just to really just close your eyes. Sink into the position. As you begin here, I'm just going to create a little vortex like we do in Qigong, really to release anything that's no longer serving us. Excuse me. Anything we brought from the previous day into the current moment that doesn't belong on the mat for this hour session of restoration. That is what we're letting go of. Any anger, hurt, dissatisfaction, as we say in Qigong, again, expectations not met, boundaries crossed, any of that, we are letting it go. You can exhale on that. Just feeling the big grounding release, maybe letting a sigh out the mouth with an open mouth, going, just letting it go. Getting really comfortable here, letting those props hold you. It may not feel so comfortable initially, and there'll be lots of buoyancy created between each vertebrae today during our session. So just know that you're being taken care of, that you're being supported by the props, by the earth and your mat. We're here for healing and restoration. And breathing. Feeling the release out the tailbone, really releasing deep, deep down in that root chakra, way at the base of the tailbone. Releasing the low belly or that sacral chakra, womb space. Releasing the area around the belly button. And then moving up the body to the solar plexus, your power center. It's yellow, that area below the sternum, between the sternum and the belly button, the upper belly area. Releasing anything we're holding on to there. Going up the back of the heart, through the spine, the neck and the jaw, releasing the jaw, any tension there. Releasing the hands, anything we're holding on to tightly, just let it go, both literally and figuratively. See how the body releases by letting go of a thought even. Sending that up to the third eye, our center for insight and intuition, and then bringing it all the way up and out that crown chakra, top of the head. releasing the tongue to the roof of the mouth and just noting any tension being held or glued shut in that throat chakra, finding some looseness in the neck and the throat area. Releasing the jaw and the hips. Noticing the looseness in the body, this feeling of floating, softness around the heart and the belly. Notice if you're just not holding on to anything, the difference it is in your body. And then a moment of silence before moving on to the other side. Let's take 3 deep breaths, fluid in and out. Last one. And just fluttering the eyes open if that is supportive for you. Rolling off the rocks. Coming on to the other side. And again, you can simply roll over if that is available to you on your mat. Otherwise, switch to the other side and set yourself up. The setup is important here. It's metaphor for the foundation of your life. So think about that in your setup here. So getting those pillows right next to the hip, leaning away on that right hip. Again, your 90-degree angles and the block or books in a location that is relatively close. So the shoulder can fit through, sliding the shoulder forward, laying on that right shoulder, and then supporting the head, the right side of the head of the block. Again, that left hand could come in front of you at 90 degrees or up on the side of the body. If you want a pillow so you're not punched forward, go ahead and add one now. And the same thing applies here. Releasing. Let's go from top to bottom here. So creating a swirling action at the top of the head here in a clockwise direction. And again, the same thing at the third eye, so at that forehead area. And then moving on to the eyes. We're looking at a lot of screens, or we're out in a sunny area, we've been squinting a lot. We're just gonna release the eyes inside the eye socket. So just release the tension that's really focusing and holding. And then from there, release the jaw. Release the neck. The ears, if there's any plugging or ringing in the ears, just send some energy there. And down the back of the neck, if there's any tension in the neck, the tops of the shoulders, the front and back side of the heart, the upper heart, and then down through the solar plexus, past the sternum to the high belly, and past the belly button down to the sacral chakra, which is below the belly button. And then down into the belly, to the hips. Releasing those hip flexors and then softening the femur bones inside the hip sockets. A softening comes to the knees, the tailbone, and the calves, the ankles, the tops of the feet, and the toes. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Really sinking in. Notice how the spine is already aligned from the other side and how we can really just go a step further this time. Noticing where we're holding, if we're holding the breath up and in, and that's maybe tightening the sides of the neck. So if that's the case, open the jaw, release, and let it go. Again. This one. Just hold here. Release the jaw if you're clenching the jaw, squeezing those teeth together. Just have a soft part for the lips. And then release that jaw intentionally. Good. Moment of silence. And 3 deep breaths in the belly. And exhale. Last one. Fluttering the fingers and the toes. Feeling nice and aligned. Spine, stretch, and rise. So we are going to do something here before we move on without a prop. So I'm just gonna stack up my props, this up on the side. And I'm going to lay on my belly first and come with my gaze to my left hand and my left leg in, and then my right hand straight out from the body. I'm gonna roll over onto my right side, sending my left hand to the sky for a chest opener, and you can just send that hand back. You can flex the hands to where they're going towards each other. Good. Any gentle movement here, minuscule movement, will be intent, will be, how do I say this? Exponentially felt, because there's so many muscles in that shoulder that just a tiny movement is a much deeper stretch. So be aware of that, breathe. And you can flex the hand like you're giving a high five to bring those fingertips towards each other or in the direction of each other. Good. And take 3 more big breaths here, filling up the belly. Yeah, release, rolling back down onto the belly. We're going to come the other direction. Gaze goes right, right hand comes in toward the body, left hand 90 degrees out from the body. Plant the right hand, roll up onto the left shoulder, plant the right foot, and then right hand comes up, flex the fingers of both hands, send them towards each other. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth, breathing. But maybe those fingers touch, so you can, this is a good visual for you. So my fingers are finding each other over time with gravity. You can make contact or keep them flexed. And then when you're ready, roll back over onto the belly. And let's press out arm to hands and knees and come right into thread the needle. So I'm going to take my left hand up, inhale, tuck it under. So it's the opposite stretch that we just did. Left cheek to the mat. And again, if you want to take that bind here, you can. Finding a release in the tail. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Holding just a few more moments. Yeah, low tail. Really up in the upper back. And when you're ready, planting hands, rising up. You can come to broken toe in between. Roll the shoulders out. We're just getting some nice openness here today. Walk it out. One more time, and then we'll come to the other side. Thread the needle. Finding some looseness in the belly as you're up here. The tendency is to hold everything in. Just relax. Open the tail. Open the mula bandha. Good, and walk forward. Other side, plant that left hand, inhale right. All the way through. Today I'm offering the bind. If you want to do the extension, that's fine too. Just more of a passive approach here. I like to think of this binding arm as pushing the tail up and back to get a release in the sacrum, that low back area. Again, really noting that you have very fragile shoulder underneath your jaw here. Paying attention to any, again, minuscule movement that may make a difference in how you feel the posture, the stretch, the deepening, the lengthening, and again, breathing. And when you're ready, bring that left arm down. And press up. Okay, we're going to come to extended child's pose, support it from here. We're already set up for the position, so you could just take all of your props with you. Maybe. So the pillows actually come between the knees here. This may be too high, but it depends what you're looking for here. So do what works best for you. We're gonna hug the pillows. Since we were just looking left, let's go ahead and look right. We'll give them a nice hug and then take the gaze to the right. Tippy toes together, knees wide, make adjustments as needed. Release the tongue for the mouth. Let the pillows support your torso. And then just sink in. Again, release the tongue for the mouth. Sink in and release the tail, sacrum. And we'll switch in a moment. On the inhale, turn the gaze to the other side and close the eyes. Feeling a softness with the eyes and the eye socket, releasing that low belly, if you can, and the jaw. And any tension in the neck from the twist, just softening the neck. Breathing. Filling up the belly and then also filling up the back of the heart, way up high. Just a few more moments here. When you're ready, you can press up. I'm just going to come into a quick fire log and then a heart opener. So fire log is hip opener. See me? Let's see. So we're going to come to the front of our mat in seated position, placing the right leg down first. So parallel to the front of the mat. Yep. And that left leg, you can again cradle it on the way up or the way out, just setting it on top of the other leg. Passive way to let the legs fall down. Breathing, noticing to hold the breath, the legs stay up. If you let it out, they fall. The hips as well, releasing there, have a lot of tension. That one may be a little harder to do subconsciously. If you want to place 2 fingers on either hip flexor, you'll feel the tightness of the muscle, and that might give it a little cue to release. It also may just take time. Good. Good. Keep breathing. Great job. Feeling the sacral chakra release. See if you can release the mula bandha, the tailbone area, the root chakra, way, way low. Good. 3 more big breaths here before we make any changes. Let's rock a little bit the leg and switch. Again, each side may be very different. let it down. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth, jaw. Then again, the two fingers can go to the hip flexor. Notice if we're catting the spine, really sit up, back up, and sink down. Good. So once we're here, focusing on the hip flexors, let's also focus on that root chakra. Releasing the top of the mouth. Taking those 3 breaths. Last one. Let's just coddle that leg on out of here. Okay, so before we get into the heart opener, we're going to do a couple things. So come right into butterfly on the way out. Leaning forward. Good, let's leave the hips where they are and walk the hands slowly to the right, maybe just a few inches. Pushing into the left hip, using this as a side body stretch for that left side, just a gentle one. And inhale, walk back through center to the left. And back through center. And walking it up. Good. Let's windshield wiper out the legs here. So use the strength of the arms to grab the legs. Lean back on the forearms and then windshield wiper the knees, evening out the hips. We're going to come up one more time and come into tortoise. So feet are going to come wide. Knees, we don't want them too up high towards those shoulders. Just let them fall out a little bit more. And then the hands are like a high five turned out, coming under the knees, and then just lean forward and hang the head. Just keep shimmying those arms under the knees. Breathing, feeling the inner thighs widen and the low back release. Few more moments here. Slowly come on up. Just take a twist here. So you can again pick up your own legs. Send the left leg long, cross the right over the left. So instead of hugging it, that's an option always. Today we're going to do the goalpost arm and tuck the elbow. Send the right arm to the sky, reach back, over. You could also come to prayer here. Twist. Three more breaths. And release, gaze goes left, counter twist. And use the strength of the hands to lift that right leg, send it long. And then just rock the legs left and right, massaging the femur bones in the hip sockets. And come to stillness, grabbing the left leg and then crossing it over. Again, goal posting the right arm, tucking the elbow, hooking the elbow, right elbow, left knee, high left arm, bring it back behind you. Again, you can twist here and or bring the hands to heart center and take a prayer twist. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Breaths. And when you feel complete, you can reverse the twist. And come back. Legs forward. Bounce the knees. Rock the legs. Beautiful. Okay, let's get a sip of water. I'm actually thinking our heart opener is going to be for Shavasana today. We're going to do a supported heart opener. So we're going to take our time getting set up today. So as you grab your water, you can also grab a blanket and any other pillows that you want, socks, sweaters. We'll be back on our mat in a moment with everything prepared for Shavasana. Okay, so gather your items. So, okay, so let's take 2 pillows behind the back, lengthwise on the mat. Be here, so enough space below so we can lean back and open the chest. Before we go there, we're going to put a pillow at the end of the mat to support the legs. If you want to take 2, you can. So options for the legs. You could bring these under the knees if this feels good to you. If you're wanting support under the calves, you could go here. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to pull my pillows up nice and close to my sacrum or my low tailbone. And cover my feet. And then lean back slowly. Okay, so we're going to start here covered with the arms out. So the idea of the heart opener here, you can make this active and then we can make it more passive halfway through, will be for the arms to be wide open, again, opening the entire chest cavity here and the chin. So we have support under the back of the head, which is great because we're also relaxing and the chin is up. And the goal here is to not tighten the jaw and the neck, but to release it because we have the support of the back of the head, literally to hold us. And then arms open. Tuck the tail under, let the toes fall wide and the knees as well. Arms open. If at any point in time you're feeling like this is too much of a heart opener, you could bring those hands back in close, lose a pillow or 2 on either direction, and it will become less intense of an opener. Knowing that as we open, we are releasing emotion that's stored in the body. So again, just to be prepared, emotions may come up for you during this exercise. Be with them. If you have some tears, that's okay. If you're feeling angry, that's okay as well. frustrated, mad, feeling of injustice or something like that, that can happen with hip openers as well. So let's just begin by just taking a few deep breaths together, inhaling in the nose, filling the belly, exhale out, and in, and exhale, again, and exhale. Take your choice of location for the arms, adjust the tailbone as needed. I'm just gonna rock my hips a little bit here. And then as you get settled into the posture, take note of what's going on in the jaw. The jaw and the sacral and root chakras are connected. So we're going to release the tongue from the mouth, release the jaw. As you do so, notice everything in the lower part of the body releasing and relaxing as well. And the tongue, the neck, the upper chest. And if you notice yourself tightening or clenching any of these areas during this time, just take note, oh, I get to release this. I get to release this. Happens again, I get to release this. And then you release again. So this may happen many, many, many times. Just like with meditation, when a thought comes in the mind, we say, hello, thought, and we let it go. We come back to the nothingness. That's exactly what we're doing now. So sink deeper into the mat, letting the pillows hold you. Excuse me. The props hold you, the weight of the floor hold you. You can open and close the hands a few times if that feels supportive, if you've been clenching at all. And if you notice the shoulders are coming up toward the ears, bring them down, shoulder blades down the back, open the heart with shoulders released. Close the eyes. So if the arms are feeling like they want to come in toward the center line, please do so. Listen to your body when the time is right for you to make adjustments and changes. Listen to the whispers and the calls that it sends you, the signals that now is the time to make an adjustment or a change. And then feel free to do so at the moment. Remain here in Shavasana a little bit longer. Just in a comfortable position where you can relax and let go. Just gonna stay here a little bit longer. Come out of this position. awareness back to the body. Flexing, pointing the toes. Wiggling the hips left and right. Fingers. Noticing the areas of tension we've worked on, if they are areas of softness now. What I'm referring to is the neck and jaw, the hips, shoulders and low back, low belly. Just taking note of the state that the body is in, the state of mind after the practice. We're going to roll over onto one side off of the props. It's usually the safest way to get out of this position. So let's go ahead and do so. Fold up any blankets you may have on the way up and out. Over onto the side. I'm just going to hop right up because it starts to roll off of these. We're going to do a few neck stretches on the way out of class today. So come to a cross-legged position. Beautiful. Already there. Good. I'm going to switch my cross leg today and then just planting that right hand on the mat and then my right ear to my right shoulder. I'm just going to lean that way as I push my left hip down. Just taking inventory of where you're at right now. Inhale through center. And then left shoulder to left ear, again, pushing right hip down and then taking note of what's going on. We're going to do this a few more times. Right ear to right shoulder and left. Again, each side. Actually, one more. We need to hold this. Okay, right shoulder. Extend left arm. You want to add right hand to the top of the left side of the head. Not a deep press, again, just gentle guidance. Let's go ahead and take a bind with this left hand, thumb down, palm facing away. Go ahead and bind the back arm. You feel a completely different stretch in the neck now. And my invitation to you here is to release the right hand and then take the gaze to the right. To come out of it, we're going to reverse the exact same way. Gaze, release the hand, and then rise up. Inhale through center, just shake it out a little, and we'll come to the other side. So it'll be left ear to left shoulder, hip down, extend right arm. Feel this through the entire arm, forearm, fingertips. Left hand up and over if you'd like. Right hand binds, and we're going a little faster on this side since the cues have already been given. Again, here is where we notice the difference in the neck based on the change of the arm. Go ahead and release left hand, and then you can look at that left shoulder, left hand. Release back out of it, left ear to left shoulder, and rise, release the bind. Give yourself a great big hug just to counteract the stretch of the shoulders. Inhale, cross the arms the opposite way, hug, exhale, cap the spine to the chest. Inhale, release, beautiful. One inhale up to the sky, and exhale. Let's do one more. And this time, make the arms into a beach ball, cross them over, and then inhale up. Again, cross the other way. Good, release. Hands to heart center, bow forward, namaste. The light side of me sees, honors, celebrates, and rejoices in the light side of you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work today. And thank you for coming to Restorative Yoga. Happy to have you here. Have a wonderful day.